to New Zealand, and the head teacher of Wellesley School, a leading school in New Zealand, told me that he was teaching the method to 5-year-olds. A few months later, the head teacher of Clayfield College in Brisbane told me that they even taught it to 4-year-olds. A week after being in New Zealand, I spoke at a major Microsoft marketing meeting in Seattle and introduced the attendees to the parallel thinking of the 6 hats method. The method has been used by NASA, IBM, DuPont, NTT Japan, Shell, BP, Statoil Norway, Marzotto Italy, and Federal Express, among many others. This shows the remarkable adaptability of the 6 hats method. It can be taught with equal success to top-level executives and to preschool children. The 6 hats method. Thinking is the ultimate human resource. Yet we can never be satisfied with our most important skill. No matter how good we become, we should always want to be better. Usually, the only people who are very satisfied with their thinking skill are those poor thinkers who believe that the purpose of thinking is to prove yourself right, to your own satisfaction. If we have only a limited view of what thinking can do, we may be smug about our excellence in this area, but not otherwise. The main difficulty of thinking is confusion. We try to do too much at once. Emotions, information, logic, hope, and creativity all crowd in on us. It is like juggling with too many balls. What I am putting forward in this book is a very simple concept which allows a thinker to do one thing at a time. He or she becomes able to separate emotion from logic, creativity from information, and so on. The concept is that of the 6 thinking hats. Putting on any one of these hats defines a certain type of thinking. In the book, I describe the nature and contribution of each type of thinking. The 6 thinking hats allow us to conduct our thinking as a conductor might lead an orchestra. We can call forth what we will. Similarly, in any meeting it is very useful to switch people out of their usual track in order to get them to think differently about the matter in hand. It is the sheer convenience of the 6 thinking hats that is the main value of the concept. Special note on the black hat. I am making this special note because a few people have misinterpreted the black hat and have somehow regarded it as a bad hat. On the contrary, the black hat is the most valuable of all the hats and certainly the most used. Using the black hat means being careful and cautious. The black hat points out difficulties, dangers, and potential problems. With the black hat, you avoid danger to yourself, to others, and to the community. It is under the black hat that you point out possible dangers. For the most part, the thrust of Western thinking has been the black hat, with an emphasis on critical thinking and caution. It prevents mistakes, excesses, and nonsenses. Notes on the new edition. Today there is a huge amount of experience using the 6 hats method. This was not the case when I first wrote the book. The method can therefore be introduced with confidence. It is no longer a matter of trying out something new and exotic. It is now a matter of catching up with a powerful thinking method that has been in use for 14 years across all ages, cultures, and abilities. People are sometimes hesitant about the hats and colours because they do not seem serious or complicated enough. Some people love complexity. In practice, the simplicity has never been a problem. People realize they need the hats and colours as simple mental hooks. Hats and colours are much easier to remember than our complicated psychological terms. This revised and updated edition is based on my experience using and working with the 6 hats method. Over the years, it has become apparent that the method is both powerful and easy to use. The effectiveness of the method is much greater than I had ever imagined. It is an alternative to the argument system, which was never intended to be constructive or creative. With the 6 hats method, the emphasis is on what can be rather than just on what is. and on how we design a way
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.